Good morning, fellow Malaysians. This is Matthias Chang from Future Fast Forward. In today's address, I want to highlight to all Malaysians in our country, especially the Bumiputra voters. What has happened recently is shocking. Evil has really descended on our nation. Now, some of you who are fence-sitters have not decided whether or not you want to vote for one party or the other. But if what I'm going to say to you and expose to you does not motivate you to come out in the largest record of voters in our country in all elections and vote overwhelmingly for the leadership of Tun Mahathir Mohamad and the entire opposition parties together under the banner of PKR, then I can assure you Allah Almighty will unleash the cleansing fire upon our country. Because under Surah Al-Imran, ayat 60-61, He has commanded and ordered all of us to uphold truth, bear witness to His instruction, and gave us the authority to invoke His curse about all those people who have lied, blasphemed, and distorted His words and teachings. And on that last part, may I say to all of you, especially my Malay friends, saudara-saudari and fellow citizens, you have been told before the election started, before nomination, that DP and Lim Kit Siang, that Lim Kit Siang was the Prime Minister, DP being a minority party, will become the government dictating to Malays. Even though it cannot happen, no possibility that DP can form the government and take control of the government, and therefore the spectre, the distortion, the lies, the DP under the leadership of Lim Kit Siang means Chinese will control it. Chinese in Malaysia will control power and thereby oppress, discriminate against the Malays. Even though the whole country is 1,000% behind NEP, 1,000% behind affirmative action to uplift fellow Malays and Bumiputra. But this was unleashed by Najib, by UMNO, and all the leaders of UMNO before the election started. And then just at the 11th hour before nomination, a criminal, I will not miss my word, the criminal head of the Election Commission issued last-minute regulations that the picture of Tun Mahathir and other leaders cannot be used in the following election because only the president and deputy president pictures will be allowed to use in a campaign, thereby restricting the ability of people to canvass. Yet, like I said before many times, when evil unleashed the evil ways and means, God will intervene on our behalf and give us ammunition that will be 1,000 more effective, all right, to destroy them. And therefore, I want you, okay, to see this picture. LiowTiongLai, President MCA, and Xi Jinping, President and the Chief of the Communist Party of China. In those words, all right, you can see here, I will paraphrase. It says that MCA, the party, together with the Communist Party of China, led by Xi Jinping, all right, through the so-called Chinese Initiative, One Belt One Road project, will benefit Malaysia. Okay, more importantly, is Xi Jinping a candidate? Is the Communist Party a party involved in our election? Contrary, right, to the last minute instruction of the criminal head of Election Commission. Why is this allowed? Why is the picture of a communist leader has nothing to do with our election being promoted in Malaysia? Alright? Thereby trying to arouse China's support, not only for MCA but for the Communist Party of China. Therefore, I put to you, my fellow citizens, alright, Najib UMNO, LiowTiongLai MCA has sold out to Communist China. Sold out. And I would say that if UMNO and Barisan Nasional wins the election, the real power behind Malaysia is China under the communist leadership of Xi Jinping. Okay. This is the consequence. If you are scared, made to believe, brainwashed by UMNO, the DAP, a small party, minority in this country, will capture power and be the Prime Minister, notwithstanding the entire opposition unanimously has appointed and selected Tun Mahathir to be the incoming Prime Minister when they win the election. Yet they unleash a racist bigotries, alright, fascist thinking to say Malays must support UMNO, Muslim must support UMNO because of a spectre of DAP being a Chinese party, so to speak. And we have a traitor, a numbskull in Zaid Ibrahim, who entered DAP and then said DAP is a Chinese party. If it was a Chinese party, why did he join? These are moles within our midst. Now the truth has come. Allah has helped us expose this truth. Alright? Now you recall, my fellow citizens, you recall please, that when some people wanted Jinping, the leader of MCP, Malaysian Communist Party, to be buried in Malaysia, what happened? The entire UMNO leadership and the police and army, members of the army and the police force, opposed the burial of Jinping in Malaysia because they have suffered. Alright? Members of the army, military, and the police force were killed, right? Suffered grave injury, and therefore the allowance of the burial of Jinping in Malaysia would be an insult to the Malays and all those who fought during the emergency. This is their stand. This is UMNO's stand. Understand? Alright? No holds barred. No compromise. No way. And yet, there is a picture. Alright? The second picture of Najib LiowTiongLai and a top corporate leader of a government enterprise leading Chinese communist money into Malaysia. Alright? What is the difference? Jinping, the late leader of MCP, Malaysian Communist Party, and Xi Jinping, the current leader of the Communist Party of China. UMNO said they fought and defeated MCP. Now they're hugging and rely on Xi Jinping MCP, former MCP's parent, Communist Party, the parent is the Communist Party of China. You see? So I beg all of you Malays, if you are told to be afraid of DAP, That is a lie. Yet, you are told not to be afraid of the Communist Party of China, who's the second largest economy in the world, with money throwing left, right, and center. DP has no money, to give as part of bring or donation. The China Kuai in China is coming out full scale onslaught to Malaysia. And it's not a coincidence recently. How devious and sinister has the Communist Party of China. You know what happened? You may not know, my fellow Malay Muslim community, China has offered special visa or even citizenship to overseas Chinese to go back to China. Why are they doing that? Why are they doing that? Never before. We have difficulty getting visa to go to China, Then all of a sudden, just before election, they announced special privileges for overseas Chinese. So long as you have ancestry, you can trace back to some forefathers who has a village in China, you can go back. See how sinister using overseas Chinese as a fifth column. I cannot be clearer than this. Alright? So to all UMNO members, can you follow your leader, Najib Razak, Zaid Hamidi, and the rest of the Supreme Council, who openly tell you they need China's money? And before this, I've warned you, right? UMNO has sent their parties, members and leaders, to have dialogue, not on a G to G basis. There's nothing wrong with having government to government relationship, because we have same type of relationship with Russia and other countries. There's no need to have party and party with the Communist Party of China. And MCA has been sending youth to be brainwashed there. So it's UMNO openly download from the internet UMNO and Communist Party of China. You see a lot of pictures. Can you see now? They distort the danger. Alright? They misrepresent the AP. A party, whether it is agree with the politics, but it's a homegrown party. The members also have Malays and Chinese and Indians, are citizens of this country. But Xi Jinping and the corporate leaders of the front companies, fronting for communist leadership, most big companies in China are controlled via their nominees by the Communist Party of China. Please, I beg you, wake up, my fellow Muslim, Malay, ordinary people, folks in rural area. Tun Mahathir has brought you up for 22 years leadership. Tun Mahathir had a vision 2020. When he retired 2003, Pak La and Najib promised to fulfill the objectives of Vision 2020. 17 bleeding years. Alright? They failed. And Najib boasted in 2015 that he will complete the objectives of 2020 by 2018. He failed. And the excuse, he came up with the stupid nonsense of TN50. Isn't it a shame? Total failure, please, to uplift the Malays and the minorities. Because there was objective 2020 to transform our economy, to transform the rural economy, to transform the Bumbutra. Okay? We have 2 more years. For 17 years, you have been bluffed brainwashed to believe in a scumbag leadership that will destroy your future. I'm telling you, as a Chinese, okay, I'm a minority, but I'm not afraid to say this. You are the majority. As a minority, I'm not even afraid. Why should I be afraid of you? You're my fellow brothers and sisters. Why should I be afraid of you? But they brainwash you. You give all your rights, your power to UMNO under the leadership of a criminal. Okay? They destroyed you. And now with this, I didn't say it, right? They said it. Ask any China Kwai to translate word for word the message on the poster. Did not say MCA as a party will collaborate with the Communist Party of China. If, as a Muslim, you're not afraid of this, if you are true to your faith, you cannot accept this. You cannot. Okay. Please, I give my word on my dying breath. Even though Tun is 92 years old, and he said it's not much to years more. But if you deliver victory overwhelmingly, because in a small margin, UMNO criminals will unleash chaos to stay in power. So we must win substantially. And I give you my word. Even though I'm not in government, I'm just an ordinary person like you. I give my word. Right? I worked with Tun for many years. I'm not a party member. I'm a volunteer. I may not have any influence at all. Because he is a leader of party. I'm not a member of party. But I give you the assurance, right? To my dying breath, I will work my ass out to achieve your objective for 2020. So that Malays will stand up, proud, and be liberated from the rubbish and the crimes of the present regime. And we will not walk and turn our backs on the Communist Party of China or any other foreign power who wants to subjugate us. And lastly, good news for you. Okay? I received, remember my last address, I said that DOJ has got a warrant of arrest against the yacht by the numbskull criminal bastard or Jual, who sailed to Bali to hide his yacht from America. America had a warrant of arrest against the ship, and the Indonesian police arrested it. But the court said it should not be the police, it should be the Ministry of Human Rights, etc., etc. So the original arrest was removed, and I said it's good news because now where would Jual and the yacht Equanimity sail? They get up and we whacked. What happened was, now I can't have time to tell you everything, right? You have to trust me, or you go and go to the document which I will upload in my website in due course. DOJ, in accordance with the court decision in Indonesia, first level, it doesn't matter, the DOJ has applied now to re-arrest Equanimity because Jual did not sail out. The yacht is still in Bali. It shows what? He got no balls. So they're caught in dilemma. I read to you a declaration, right? Okay, by Joshua L. Swart. Okay, I am attorney in the US Department of Justice and am counsel of record in this action. I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth in this declaration, and if you call upon as a witness could and would testify competently as to this case. On April 19, 2018, the US Department of Justice Office of International Affairs, OIA, transmitted a mutual legal assistance request to the Indonesian Ministry of Law and Human Rights, which is Indonesia's designated central authority for receiving MLA requests. In this MLA request, OIA formally requests that the ministry served this court's arrest warrant in rant on the yacht Equanimity. The ministry responded by requesting a translated version of the arrest warrant, from which OIA provided on April 25th, 2008. I declare under penalty of perjury of the United States of America that the following is true and correct. Signed 27th April in Washington, D.C. by Joshua L. Shaw. One day before nomination. One day before nomination. Hallelujah! Allah is great. I told you it works in mysterious ways. One day before nomination. I've been praying for this every morning. Give us the ammunition to counterattack. Has counterattack. You notice, right? DOJ, right, had the order to arrest the ship. A lower court in Indonesia says wrong procedure. So DOJ said, okay, if you insist there must be MLA, mutual legal assistance, DOJ straight away wrote to the Ministry of Law and Human Rights in Indonesia and requested for assistance to recapture and arrest the ship. That shows the determination, the resilience, the discipline of an investigative agency, DOJ FBI. Yet Malaysia never ever requested MLA from any other countries, but instead, okay, MACC, AG, police, they never asked us for MLA. They did twice or more by Swiss authorities to AG Malaysia, Apandi. He agreed but didn't follow up. So why? Who is covering up? Who is more diligent, more determined to bring justice against the scumbag Joe Low, okay, and Arukanda in his circuit to cover up the crimes of 1MDB? Said 1MDB did not pay anything to Joe Low. Joe Low's not involved in 1MDB. How clever. 1MDB could not pay or afford to pay Joe Low in the billions. Understand? And Joe Low would not want MDB to pay him any money, because in my previous address, when Joe Low was buying jewelry and what have you, he said, okay, to the jeweler, Lawrence Swartz, please hide my name. Don't implicate me. Okay? Go through some other companies. If this is the way Joel operates, why should he want payment from 1MDB when he has robbed and raped the country of billions, understand? Through his companies in Cayman Island, which Virgin Islands, and to his own personal account, Good Star Limited. So, I challenge Arukanda, you scumbag, the day the opposition wins, I make sure on my dying breath you'll be arrested, charged under SOSMA, for destroying, sabotaging our economy. You numbskull, and you got the audacity to mislead ordinary people. You won't get away with it. And finally, may I say to you, and I hope Tun Mahathir on victory will invoke Section 124 of the Penal Code, activities detrimental to parliamentary democracy, from 124B to 124J. Alright? Because the actions of by the leader of the Election Commission and some of the officers, right, have undermined, destroyed parliamentary democracy. Our election is pursuant to uphold parliamentary democracy. And by Section 130A is defined what is activity detrimental to parliamentary democracy. It says 130A section of the Penal Code. I'm reading for you. Activity detrimental to parliamentary democracy means an activity carried out by a person, meaning head of EC or anybody else, or group of persons, officers for example, right? Designed to overthrow or undermine parliamentary democracy by violent or unconstitutional means. all this funny regulations last minute, right? Preventing a candidate to register, okay? All right, and other tactics. B, document or publication detrimental to parliamentary democracy means any document or publication having in part or in whole a tendency to support, propagate or advocate any act prejudicial to the security of Malaysia or the maintenance or restoration of public order therein, or inciting to violence therein, or counselling violence or disobedience to the law thereof or to any lawful order therein. Okay, so isn't this an incitement? Isn't this an incitement? Using the Communist Party of China and Xi Jinping, the president of the very powerful nuclear weapon country, to interfere in election? Think about that. This is undermining parliamentary democracy. And in fact, it's an open declaration that under UMNO's leadership, under Najib's leadership, and LiowTiongLai, the crony, they will sell out our country to money, the billions thrown to Malaysia. Because Najib's philosophy is what? Cash is king. It matters not where is the cash, so let's come to UMNO, regardless whether it will undermine our integrity, our sovereignty, and more importantly, because under communist country like China, Islam is prohibited. Control. Don't believe me? Check it out. So, if you are Muslim, can you allow this? And yet all this while, they go to the village, they campaign. A Chinese leader of a party will take over control of Malaysia. When Tun Mahathir is a nominated leader to be the Prime Minister, when Pakatan Harapan wins. Alright. Here, right, they are kowtowing to a communist leader who wants to control the whole of South China Sea, establish military bases. China's already infiltrated in our economy. The largest is Forest City in Johor. They can house 700,000 Chinese. And now, out of the blues, invite overseas Chinese to go to China. Why? It's an inducement, is it? It's about bribery, right? So that the Chinese will leave Malaysia. What is that? What's going to happen? You have an impact on our economy, right? Because a lot of Chinese small businessmen who are patriotic are working very hard in SMEs. China lack those skills. I'm telling you. So they want to suck out and try to divide our loyal Chinese patriots. No way, I'm telling you, no way. Till my dying breath, I will oppose this initiative. Because we are Malaysian first. It doesn't matter, it's yellow skin. We are Malaysian first. And to Xi Jinping and to the ambassador of China in Malaysia, I'm warning you now, you better convey this message from me as a citizen to China. Stop your nonsense. The backlash will be so harsh, you will never realize what hits you. Don't think you are a power that we, a small country, cannot stand and uphold our dignity, our sovereignty, our respect, and the official religion of our country, Islam. This to you, China. This to you, Communist Party of China. With that, once again, I appeal to all Malaysians. We are fighting against evil. Therefore, the only weapon beside our hard work, our strength, our resilience, our discipline, the only only final weapon is Allah. So I beg you, once again, surrender completely, unconditionally to the will of Allah. Have absolute faith that He will protect, defend and guide us against all enemies, under all circumstances, adversities, challenges and evil. And I wish you today in prayer that we will remain strong and positive and deliver victory on the 9th of May. With that, I beg you a good day and Allah bless you all. Thank you.